Look, y'all know me. I love to swear. It's fun words, and also they're bad. Ooh, dangerous. But I feel very uncomfortable saying the word bitch. It's just it feels wrong. And look, I'm getting off track. I'm an ally. But all that aside, we had two wonderful guests to try to teach me about the beauties of the word bitch. My at the time roommate Travis and a wonderful entertainer Cadma. So check it out. Learn something about a word you probably shouldn't say. Or do. I don't know your life. Whatever.
You may love a thing that I can't stand. Spiders, tofu, watching Homeland. Our interests are all varying. It's fun to be contrarian. But I'll try things that you all love to see if I can rise above. But maybe there's a chance that I just won't. So in that case, don't mind if I don't.
Welcome to Don't Mind If I Don't. Hey, I'm your host, Aaron Gold. This is the show where I don't like things, and fans and experts come on and show me why I'm wrong so my, horizons can expand, and I can be cooler, just smarter, better, faster, stronger. Today we're talking about the word bitch. It's the only word that I very regularly makes my skin crawl a little bit. Not the only word. There are some that I don't like for obvious reasons that I will now list. No. But bitch feel... Oh, there's someone at the door.
Are we expecting someone?
I was not. It's delivery.
Is it DiGiorno?
Did you order food?
No, but buzz them in, I guess. Because if we got free food again tonight, that's just... Look at the guy.
While I agree, that's somebody's dinner.
I mean, what are we supposed to do if they gave this address?
All right, I want to see if I can find a real address.
Okay, I'm not saying you have to snatch it out of his hands and
and run.
But maybe do that.
I hate buzzing people in right next to the door because I never feel like, great, I'll walk away for a second while I have time. I'll need to come back.
Well, you're not the only tenant because when I was downstairs, I was having trouble with the system.
Hi, we didn't order any food. To be. It's okay. No problem. Sorry, Travis. That's somebody's dinner.
That's why I said don't snatch it, but if it's our address, then keep it.
There were rules.
Right.
Yeah.
This wasn't steal it, look at it, say, I see the wrong address on here, and then continue eating it. Wipe your mouth with the address. Ha ha ha. Anyway.
Whoops.
So sorry. Your delivery never made it, but it's mine now, bitch.
I might keep all this in. Anyway,
Probably not.
joining me today is, first of all, host, actress, and all-around entertainer from Bitten Apple TV, Cadma's here.
Hey, guys.
And also joining us is my roommate, Travis.
Hey.
Hi, Travis.
I actually just wandered into the living room and joined in.
You did. Very well timed. The word bitch. There are a lot of swear words I don't like, but bitch is the only one that I feel like, am I overreacting on this one?
Possibly. It's a very flexible word, so I don't think bitch means the way how it used to be. It was the derogatory term for guys to describe a woman. It's gone way past that. If this was an RPG game, I'm pretty sure bitch is not leveled up.
I get that. I follow that metaphor very easily. Everything on this show gets rated on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being my ambivalence, 10 being blood-curdling hatred. The word bitch, even just saying it like that just sounds weird. I'd give it a 6. It's I don't know.
Indecisive.
No, that's like pretty high up there. I don't like it.
Yeah, because there is no like on this scale. So
Well,
the 0 is just that you just don't care.
But also there is possibility.
But it's not as bad as hatred.
Well, hold on. True. The scale is 0 to like basically -10. I just don't say negative.
Right.
And there's a chance for me to go below 0 into the positive numbers. Just feels weird to say on a scale of 0 to -10.
Does it end up on this show if it's in the positive numbers, though?
Absolutely. I want to be wrong.
No, but wouldn't a positive number... I thought we were flipping the scale on this
We are
scenario.
flipping the scale.
So you're saying that it's possible... Oh, at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant at the start. I was like, well, if you already loved the word bitch,
You know
why
what I
are we
love about
here?
our friendship, Travis? How much you support my art.
Yes. That is also my favorite thing.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of... I get that it's become other things, but still the very first thing I hear when I hear that word is someone saying, I am above you. Like you are beneath me as a person. And just there's something about that makes my skin crawl.
I think it depends on the context of the sentence. Like, bitch can be a noun, it can be a verb, it can be an adjective, it can be an adverb if you use it correctly. It's kind of strange because when you use the word, there's also phrases that come along with it. Like, you can easily say to your friend, like, bitch, but you're not really insulting them. It's more or less your way of saying, hey, girl, and an entire sentence is like following behind it, but your friend understands it, even though you've only said that one word. Or if if you're having an issue with someone and you're venting to your friend and you're like, and this bitch, you already know that the person means it in a bad way. It really does depend on it. The way I see the word is very similar to the Chinese language. So depending on the tone of your voice, depends on what word you're saying, except in English, depending on the tone of your voice, depends on how you're using the same word.
I'll give you it has utility and function. But Travis, how do you feel about the word bitch?
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I don't think that your impulse to feel weird about it is wrong necessarily. Obviously, it does stem from putting women down, generally. Or even, towards men as well, where it's like, oh, I'm going to make this guy my bitch, is because it's like, literally is that of like, I'm going to be the alpha dog, and you are now this female dog that I will essentially just fuck and own. And I feel like for straight men, it still kind of carries that in a lot of ways. So it is a sort of situation where it's like, you'd have to know the person and be comfortable with each other. It's not something you want to just toss around because it really could come off pretty bad. And then I feel like for women, and it's used a lot in the gay community as well, usually among more effeminate gays.
I like that your voice went up when you said effeminate gays.
It's called reverse puberty, Aaron. It's science. Anyway, no, but just because, so there's a lot of that, and it tends to still stem from misogyny, where it's just like, gay men were perceived as bad or as weak or as less than because they exhibited qualities that were more feminine, which inherently they viewed as weaker or worse. So for both, it was sort of reclaimed as just like, well, no, we can refer to each other as like my bitch, where it's just like, no, because now we're a pack of each other, like of like animals.
I can easily see that. I won't deny that the word bitch has a lot of utility and strength for other people, or it at least represents something that I, as, straight dude, will never understand or fully appreciate. And I will also not deny that occasionally, a lot of the times it can just be funny. Like, it is funny to just go like, bitch. That's funny. But what about it just feels wrong to me? Like, I want to get my finger on that button. Like, I know I don't really have a lot of place saying it, but hearing it just a lot of the times I'm just like, ooh, why champion that one? Like, it's not one of the worst ones to like turn into an empowering word, it seems, but it just, I don't know. It just sounds mean.
It's possible that maybe you're thinking more focused on how it used to be used, just as Travis was like going back into like how people really commonly use it. So that could be just your first instinct, like that's exactly what that word means. For me, like I've always looked at it whenever I'm dealing with people in general, even if they're saying the sweetest thing and they're telling me, "Oh, I think you're such a lovely person," you know, like when someone's being fake or someone's being genuine, I monitor people's intentions. For me, that's like the most valuable thing about a person. So if your intentions is to be malicious, then yes, I will read it completely differently. I think I have more flexibility to the word probably because I am a female, so I do hear that word quite often. Like if a ex-boyfriend disagreed with something, it's like, bitch, you know, underneath the breath, and I'm like, you know, like I did hear you. So the intention there was to be malicious or have an issue. But if it's my sister and if I'm talking to her and she's like, man, and this happened, and her most common phrase is say, ain't this about a bitch? Like that's her favorite phrase. And she says it like so fluently, like you can pull a string and that's her catchphrase. I know with her, she's not, you know, saying anything malicious. And I think just because I am a female, I do hear it quite often, whether it is in good context or bad context. It's just something I'm more accustomed to hearing. It's possible that maybe because you're a straight man, you're like, okay, well, wait a minute, I'm not a woman. I'm straight. So now I can't walk in those boundaries. It's also possible that you feel like if you walk in those boundaries, you might accidentally offend someone, which of course is the biggest issues.
I mean, that I totally understand. I think those context ones, it's very easy for me to go like, yeah, sure. I think it's the middle ground ones that can kind of go either way. Like if someone describes someone as like, oh, they're just bitching about that thing. Like that I'm feeling like, okay, well, you're also now just saying that their argument and any reason they could have for being upset is you're blowing it off. It's the same way I don't like the phrase butt hurt. Like I'm just like,
that is a very strange word, and I feel iffy on because I'm like, it just sounds strange.
Yeah.
But I even feel like that though, where if it's like, oh, I'm just like they've been bitching about it all day. Like I almost feel like it's removed. Like I almost forget that it's like, oh right, bitch. Like that is it's almost a completely separate word for me. Of like, yes, oh yeah, they both happen to be bitch and bitch, but it's like two different words, just written and spoken exactly the same.
Okay, well if that's the case, then I am totally cool with like bitch as a form of empowerment, or in a good joke, but not in one that like is demeaning to anyone. I don't like it in the bitch, like in the way that just in...
You don't like it as a verb?
I don't like it as that kind of verb, no. I don't like it as a way of declaring someone else as less valid. That really sticks in me. Why is that? Why? Because it doesn't happen with a lot of other swear words, like, but bitch is like,
Very true. I think with the other swear words, it's very definitive to like what you're saying. There is no like, oh, but maybe like there is no borderline to it. The verb itself, like if you hear someone else, like you were saying, like, oh, this doesn't really matter, they're just bitching about this. I use it personally, like with my friend, where I'm like, I'm sorry, right now, I just really need to bitch right now. My friend automatically knows, like, okay, go ahead, let me hear your bitching. And I'm like, and then this happened and that happened. So I think for me, like, once again, that verb, like, it's like, it depends. It really depends on how people intend to use it. If you hear someone going, oh, for fuck's sakes, would they shut up? Then then it becomes like, okay, well, you don't really have the right to demean, what they think is important.
But even whenever I've used the term, like, can I just bitch about something for a second? I know what I'm saying is, hey, let me complain about something. But the reason I'm choosing the term bitch is so I can make it so that I am, hey, will you let me irrationally vent about something? Will you let me have an opinion that I probably shouldn't have, but I just need to get this out of my system? When in reality, I'm feeling like, no, I really feel legitimate in my anger here. But if I didn't demean it like that, it wouldn't be as acceptable for me to complain about something. or share that it bothered me, you know?
Well, maybe you're not really demeaning it. Maybe you're trying to, like, I guess, take it a little bit more lightheartedly. Maybe you're trying to be a little bit more like, okay, maybe this isn't as serious as it looks.
Right.
But
like you're framing it. So you're like, I'm letting you know that I'm not like complaining. Like, even if you're just complaining about it, I feel like it's even seems more like I'm going to complain about this because it's like at a valid level in which like maybe this could be like fixed or reacted to, versus like, oh, I just need to like bitch for a minute of like, I know that there's no solution to this. I'm not actually expecting anything to change. It's just like, I need to vent some frustration. You sit there and say like, you are so right, bitch. Like, yes, bitch. Like, oh, I would be furious. Oh my God, bitch. And then that's that. Like, you've now bitched and it's like, okay, cathartic.
All right.
therapeutic.
All right. Yeah. Like I know totally about like venting. I mean, I'm all on board for venting for a second, but I can see that. Yeah. Framing is a really good point.
I think your biggest concern is more about your intentions being misconstrued. It may not be the word itself. It just be the fact, like, from what I've seen of you, like, you're very polite. You're very respectful. When I've seen you on set, like, you're very conscious of, like, everything that you're doing. That's one of the things that I did notice of you. And I do pay attention to people, like, if they're conscious of those things or if they do things that they think no one's, like, looking. So I think for you, it's really you speaking from your heart. It's like, well, I don't mean anything bad when I'm approaching you.
Huh.
I can't picture you giving someone bad news. Like, I picture you cringing behind a wall. Like, do I really have to do this? Like, okay, I can't picture you giving bad news.
I try to frame it nice. Okay. So how do I grow from this? Because I admit that it's all coming from my very limited perspective. And I
mean, at the end of the day, if you feel uncomfortable using it in a situation, don't do it.
I agree.
Well, yeah, totally.
And then aside from that, I would say, like, if you do want to use it, find situations in which it feels like it's okay and it's, relax with people that you know. But even aside from that, I mean, just like, I don't know, just sort of appreciating when other people are using it, what they mean, and learning to read the context of, like, should I feel weird about someone having said that? And, like, did they actually mean that in an insulting way? Versus, like, oh, this is someone just using it, like, to a friend. I don't need to be weird about it.
Right.
But, like, don't you call me crazy on this one if I am.
Okay.
Because I probably am. But doesn't there feel like you are even... Doesn't it feel a little dirty to say? Or is even in the good times?
No, not to me.
It's probably because
I mean, it might just be you, but I don't know.
It could just be just the fact that we're so much more exposed to it. Like, hearing a straight man calling a woman a bitch, usually it's because it's used in, like, very negative kind of circumstances.
Nasty, right.
Yeah, that's usually what the intentions are. You don't normally hear it in a playful manner. So I think if you're comfortable with someone and you can, like, okay, test it out. Like, okay, this seems like I'm close enough with the person to, like, joke around and then say it, then go for it and then see from there. But otherwise it doesn't feel dirty. I think the reason why you feel dirty is because maybe your exposure that as a straight man, there's an expectation that you mean it in a negative way. And you're too nice for that.
No, this episode. All right, so maybe if I hear it, I should just tell myself, unless it's, like, absolutely someone with malice and someone needs to step
Think
in.
of it like, okay, obviously it's a very different situation, but, like, and you should never say it, but it's sort of like if you hear the N-word used, it's like you might look and it's like, oh, it's two black people using it with each other. Great. They can use that. I don't need to be upset about it. I understand that they have reclaimed the word only within their own culture. I should not be using it, but great. I can now not feel weird about hearing it. Oh, you turn around and it's a white man yelling at a black man. Now I'm upset about it because now I have re-understood the context, and that's when I should be upset, is that specific context.
So if I hear it and it's a okay context, that's just something I got to tell myself, Aaron, let go of that one.
Engage the situation, yeah.
Yeah. Don't don't think that that is a person, like, even a little bit subconsciously saying to the other person, you're less than me.
True, because you never really know what's, kind of really happening in a situation. If you're overhearing it, you're literally just kind of walking into the room, and for all you know, they could have been joking about it, or it could have just been a weird reference to like a Family Guy episode. Who knows?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling...
Bitch.
I was waiting for it.
I'm feeling like this is going to be a lot shorter an episode than I generally put out.
We're just really convincing. Do you have any other issues that you would like us to clarify for you?
No,
We're totally ready.
I want to grow from this. And I think it just comes from realizing I don't know fucking everything that's going on around me.
That's all of us. Don't worry.
All right. So if we start with me at a 6. I mean, I do think it can be funny. I've talked about that. I think I'd pin it. I think I'm just ambivalent. I think I'm like 0.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I should be a lawyer. I'm changing my career.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. You've made me
A better person today.
I guess. Yeah. We can go with better person.
I'm expecting my Xbox achievement to just appear below me.
How many points do you get for that?
I'm going to go with 6 points because we jumped up 6.
There you go.
That is math logic. That's solid. Travis, you said you don't have anything to plug, but Cadma, how about you?
Yes, I run my YouTube channel, Bit Apple TV, and there's a contest for those who are in the Jersey area. We're going to Atlantic City on April 7th. So if you're in the area, definitely you get free tickets. I just need you to like, comment, and share on the actual video. It's called Eastside Mags and Atlantic City, and you'll be there at the Showboat Hotel with the rest of us.
Oh, that sounds delightful. And
Yes.
where can people find you online?
Look up anything with Bit and Apple TV, and I mean anything. You'll find that, and you'll find me, Cadma, which is CADMA.
Awesome. I would like to plug You Are Not Alone, an uplifting show about depression. Next one is Thursday, April 12th at the Magnet Theater. And also, every Thursday at the Magnet Theater, come to the Magnet Mixer at 6 p.m. Myself and the You Are Not Alone crew, we host it. And anybody can come up and do some improv. It's a lot of fun. So just stay extra late on Thursday the 12th. What are you doing? Also, if you'd like to follow me on all the things, it's Aaron Gold. Or follow this podcast at Don't Mind Podcast. Or you can email it don'tmindpodcast@gmail.com. Whatever. You get it. You get it. Guys, thank you so much for not really expanding my vocabulary, but like
Refining.
ooh, yeah. Get it down to a nice fine powder.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. And as always, keep on minding.
Bye, bitch.